Leo, this is your week ahead tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is a message for Leo, sun, moon, and rising sign. Most importantly, Leo, it is 100% intuitive. So please, it's an energy reading. I'm going to describe the energies to you. Take them where they resonate in your life, how they resonate in your life, and feel free to comment below on how they're resonating. If you want to share, I'm happy. I'm happy when you share. It's timeless, so it'll come to you when it's supposed to. I'll mention things that are happening the week that I upload it, but the message comes to you, and it's a week ahead for whenever you see it. Okay? If you want the astrology breakdown, I have a second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation, and I do astrology breakdowns for all 12 zodiac signs. Go ahead and check that out. You can subscribe over there too. I do personal readings. If you guys are interested, just go to my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. You ready? You let me know. What are you up, Leo? What are you up to, Leo? I mean, that's kind of like what I'm asking is what are you up to? Exposing yourself. I'm just kidding. But it is. It's kind of like I'm tired of pretending. Like, throwing off the road, or it could be being super exposed or feeling super exposed. But you see that the person in this card, in this picture, this illustration, feels good about it, and it's their choice. So there's a sense of, I am letting go of all the mummified wrappings that have suffocated me. I am free and I am liberated. So this is very liberating energy. But yeah, let it all hang out. Let it all come to the surface. It's like whatever you face this week, this is an energy of, I'm not going to be afraid of it. I am actually maybe going to be the reason for it. I'm throwing away all of this pretense, and I am exposing my truth. And I'm also letting go of a lot, whatever it is that was cumbersome or holding me back, tethering me, and keeping me restrained or confined. I'm done with that. There's a real liberation in this card. So let's get into the tarot card reading and see. Leo, what does this nudity mean? What are they free from? Temperance, there's a Sagittarius. Maybe you are legitimately free from a Sagittarian, or maybe you're free from some sort of foreign law. I don't think so. I think that you're finding a way to make something work. I think that there's a creativity here and a sense of yourself. I think you're speaking freely, because if you know anything about Sagittarius, they just spew off at the mouth. So it's almost like you're letting it all out, and you're just telling somebody what you need to say. Like it's like laid bare kind of energy. You had a lot that you were suffering from. So this could you had a lot that you were suffering from. This could be physical ailments, worries, concerns about somebody else's health or wellness. This is a sense of, you get to shed that worry or fear now. You also get to shed that worry or fear in your own head, whatever you were struggling with or stressing over. There is a shedding of that fear, figuring out how to make it work, maybe even deciding to travel or go someplace that you have never been before to liberate yourself. I need a break. I need a vacation. I need to be naked and hedonistic for a while. Go for it. This is the week to do it. Check this out. You are starting new. You are starting fresh. This is a whole new world. And you know what? You're walking away from the stuff that you don't care about anymore. This is around the eclipse seasons. 2 of them happened, the sun and the moon. This was just about a month ago. Your world started to change around that point, because you started to give yourself permission to be okay with what you weren't okay with and what you didn't have any room for anymore. I really think emotionally you've downsized. there's so much that you don't care about. And this doesn't mean that you've become heartless. And no, I think that your heart has grown. It's just, it's more focused. And a lot of other stuff, it doesn't have room. And you finally let go of your feeling of responsibility toward that. It's like, no, I'm just not interested in it anymore. And I'm completely, it's finished. And the beautiful thing about this is, the things that used to concern you or worry you, they don't have any hold over you anymore. They don't have any control over you. There's a great deal of liberation here. The Hanged Man has come. You've been stuck for a while, but this isn't stuck anymore. This is like breaking free of the cocoon. This is the cocoon, and now you're broken free of it. So this implies that you've been stuck somehow, or you've been kind of trying to figure things out. You've just been trying to figure things out and maybe haven't been able to really make a good decision, or know, or you weren't ready. You were learning or still trying to become aware. That's why you were stuck. Well, you're not stuck anymore. Imagine this as the cocoon and this as the butterfly. Then you're throwing the cocoon away, right? You don't need it anymore. Yes, you may have needed it at one point in your life, and I think that's where the stress comes from. That sense of, oh, am I doing something wrong if I let this go? Because I did need it at one point in my life. It was very necessary for me, and do I owe it? And I think that maybe that's why, guilt, you felt guilty, not that you should, but that you felt guilty, that you, but it's done so much for me, or whatever this situation, or, it's done so much for me. It's taken me so far. Maybe this is a relationship with a person as well. You don't feel guilty anymore. You know that everything has a reason. Everything has its time. And at this point, it's just that I do appreciate it, and I am grateful. Being grateful doesn't mean, being grateful doesn't mean you have to do something for the rest of your life. You're not signed up in a soul contract with anything and everything that ever helped you, right? There's a sense of releasing it, letting it go, allowing yourself to be free and better and bigger because of what you've experienced. There is a sense of defensiveness here. Defensiveness of, now I'm more experienced, maybe something that you want to protect, maybe you're wiser now, you're definitely more selective at this point, like a sense of, I'm not going to let everything through the way that I used to, because I'm smarter now and becoming in a little bit more discerning. I don't know. He's kind of looking up funky. Let's see. Okay, why are they discerning? What is the 9 of Wands there for? Why? Leo, what is the 9 of Wands there for? Or just, okay, Leo. A fiery climax approaches, so words will be had. This is also confrontation. Taurus got the same thing. So it could be, you could be having a confrontation with Taurus. Show the world the real you. This is the nudity. Yeah, you've held back way too long, and you got a fire in your belly. This could also mean that you're very hot-headed this week, so be aware of that you could just kind of snap, just snap somehow, just fucking snap. I don't know what else to say. This is like, but in a way that you're just finally being honest, and this confrontation, if it's with you and another person, that it won't ruin you. I think it'll make you stronger because you're being honest with who you are. A lot of people might get angry and might get pissed about this, and I think that was the hardest thing for you, this feeling of, I don't want to make anybody angry. Right? I don't want to upset anybody. I've taken people along this ride. I've taken people along on this ride with me, and now I'm telling them to get out. There is a sense of, so what? It may be just a hit that you have to take, or something that you may have to be willing to face. But ultimately, I think it'll be worth it because it is 100% you. And this could come off as an explosion. This sense of, oh, I'm so scared. And then you just do it. You just show it. It's like stage fright, but then you get out there and you're like, oh, this is the best feeling ever. That could also be what's going on. The sense of just confront it head on, Leo. Don't hold back. And I don't think I have to even suggest that to you this week. I think this is your energy. Like, you will definitely be at a point where, you will be confrontational. You will be extremely forward. You don't mind. This could be a confrontation with an Aquarius. There are, in the month of May 2023, there's a group of Leo that are in direct opposition to Pluto in Aquarius. So there is a sense of there could be combativeness between you and an Aquarian, if you have an Aquarian in your life, just butting heads, not seeing eye to eye, and just, I'm sick of hiding who I am. I'm going to just come right out and say it or show it or do it. It could also be the Aquarius kind of encouraging you to do it. I mean, if they're supporting you. That's really interesting. It's also your social group. So there could be confrontations with a group that you've gathered around you or been a part of for a long time, that ultimately there's a confrontation that needs to happen because maybe you want to be freed, or you don't want to be a part of the group anymore, or quite honestly, you don't agree. You don't have the same ethics that you used to have. I mean, this is a sense of all that coming to a head and it popping off, and you sort of liberating yourself from any of those obligations this week. All right, or changing your mind about some social issues. Let's say, I know that you're defensive about it. It's almost like maybe you don't want to open up about this at first. Well, okay, so what do they do about this? What is this? What is this confrontation, a fiery climax? What is this? About love from the past. Maybe it is about an ex. Maybe it is about a friend that you had from the past. This could be a time when an old friend that you've had for a long time stops being an old friend, simply because you can't hold on to what you used to be, and you can't stay in this, it's like, small version of yourself in order to remain friends with somebody that doesn't fit your life anymore. So because Aquarius is about social groups, social and or friendliness, there's a sense of, I don't want to be with you anymore, or we're not going to get along anymore. Who we've become doesn't fit each other anymore. Maybe our caterpillars fit each other, but our butterflies, they don't fit each other anymore. I've gone in a complete different direction, and it's like letting go of something you've held on to for too long. And it is also emotional, which is why you've been stressing about it. That's why there's this 9 of Swords. It's emotional because there's so much between you, and maybe they're not a bad person, or it's not a bad job. You know what I'm saying? I've tried to explain this time and Leo, this is the thing. You guys are loyal to a fault, and this is going to hurt you because you're like, this is disloyalty. It isn't, though. You know, the caterpillars were loyal to each other, but they changed, and the butterflies would just keep fighting. It's like who you have become, and it's good that they were with you through that stage in your life where you needed more protection, or it's not like you always have to send somebody off with a go fuck yourself, you know? You could send them off with gratitude. You could send them off by honoring what they've given you. But what I'm saying is, there is an end here. It's an end because you're beginning in a new direction. You may be traveling somewhere, going somewhere, or expanding in ways, or have beliefs that they just don't have. And it's like clarity as to how you really feel, or your mature state, your sense of self. Or that this is saying you may have just matured, grown up, and I love somebody, or this is how I feel about somebody from my past. Could have something to do with a Cancerian. This is a King of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Suddenly there's clarity, victory, success, abundance, happiness in having a sense of, I have a right to feel this way. I have a right to feel this way, and I'm making peace with my past. There could have been arguments also about a relationship or a connection you still have with somebody from your past, but there seems to be clarity, clarity about this relationship. What is this relationship? What do you want Leo to know? What should Leo know? Ace of Pentacles. There's a lot of abundance here. I don't know. This has got to do with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in your life. Somebody who's grown up, they have definitely changed. Now, this could also be you letting go of an old way you used to think about somebody, and you letting them be free of your view of them as a caterpillar, and accepting, oh, this person has become a butterfly. And that might be what the conflict is about, is that you have refused to see somebody outside of the shell you feel safe with them in. But they're not in that shell anymore. They're coming out. And because somebody comes out of a cocoon that they've been wrapped in, and because somebody changes, but look at God. This is such, it can't be bad for you, because it's saying, look, this is abundance for you. This is new opportunity for you. You're coming out of the shell and you're happier than you've ever freaking been. Let's go to the extended, because I've got so much more for you. I will definitely see you guys there. The link is down below in the description box. You'll see it. I pin it to the top of the comment section. I've also, at around 11 minutes, I put it in the cards up here that pop out. Click right on them, get right to them. If you're watching me on television, thank you, but none of these links are available to you. So grab your cell phone. It's available on the mobile app. It's available on your desktop, laptop, all the traditional YouTube apps. You can grab those links and get right to it. Let's go. I'll see you guys there.